TV, I'm Dale Schwetz with my man Jan Eric Frank, and we're live at the Grand Champions Polo Club, the Jan Pamela Field, for the Sieber Memorial 12-goal. Jan, it's so nice to have you back here in the United States. Tell us a little bit about that teams.
Thank you very much, Dad. Great to be back, and a very good morning to you also here. As Dale was saying, a beautiful day here at Jan Pamela. This is game number 4 of the 2021 Sieber Memorial 12-goal, of course. Dundas leading, as always, with the magnificent Sarah Siegel-Magnus. Then we have Juan Cruz Marcos, the 3-goal at number 2, Mariana Facetta and Robertito Zeda playing it back at number 4. For Newport, and by the way, Dundas have already got 2 victories under their belt, looking for win number 3. Newport then with Jean Goldstein at number 1, at number 2, Milo Dorignac, Michelle Dorignac at number 3, and Nick Manfield at 4 playing back. So again, I think a strong and a solid lineup.
You got it. So we got them all out on the field, Jan. Let's get to our spot. Thank you for joining us here on Chucker TV. And remember, we are going to have a 1-goal given to Dundas today, as they're going to come in as an 11-goal team with Sarah on an A-rated, Juan Cruz on 3 goals, Facetta on 4, and Zeta on 4. And they'll have 1 goal for Jean Goldstein, 2 for Milo Dorignac, 3 for Nick Manifold, and 6 for Michelle Dorignac, highest rated player on the field. On the far side, as you have Dundas in the black and in their black pants today. What do you think about that, Jan?
Well, I think it's very interesting to see that, and I think it makes a difference. It makes it a lot easier for us, of course, to tell the difference between the 2 players, and I think it looks quite sharp.
And then you have the black against the white today, and on the move it's going to be, looks like Michelle Dorignac, and I don't know if they switched that up. It looks like Manifold's playing the 4. Yeah, okay, so Manifold playing the 4, so Nick Manifold on the first run.
Yeah, and really trying to very quickly show what that they mean business here. He ran away with that one, and there wasn't much in it. The pressure was on coming from Dundas. Ball just going over the sideline, so they'll be picking it up now. Here we go then. Dundas looking for a way up to the halfway line. You can see Newport standing very, very deep, challenging very, very early. Magnus at the front there, front door waiting for that ball. He's going to take that one in mid-air. Nicely picked up by Robertito Zeda. Couldn't quite finish and get the length on it. Little backhander. It's deflected. And now a chance, little cut shot. Magnus, she knows what's coming. She's going up there, anticipating the pass, and it's going to be slammed back on the near side. And we haven't even introduced the 2 umpires this morning. Mark Holmes from the United Kingdom and Daniel Gallegos, our 2 umpires here. And, of course, Mr. Lane in the high chair.
You got it. Dorignac on the move. Milo Dorignac right on the doorstep, taken out by Juan Cruz, backed up again by Zeta, and here comes Facetta. Mariano, he has Sarah Siegel-Magnus downfield. Michelle's going to try to cut the angle. There's the pass. Bounces off a pony and scooped up here by Manifold. Nick, he'll slow it down, leave it for Michelle. Michelle's so confident with the polo ball. There's a nice little ride off there by the number 3 in black. Now it's going to be Jean Goldstein on the move. Juan Cruz looking for the foul, and that ball rolled over the end line.
Well, it did look a little bit borderline, but the umpire's whistle stayed quiet. Jean clearly on that ball, but the number 2 coming in there, Juan Cruz. Be interesting to see what the replay might show on that. But as we say, the whistle stayed silent. No foul given. Instead, it's a hit in once again for the team in black, Dundas.
All right, on the black jerseys. 5:06 on the clock. Beautiful day here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. The weather is just perfect for a game of polo. They come together, and no whistle on the play. People looking for a foul there, but didn't look like anything from here. Turned around, taken inside. Now picked up. It's going to be Milo Dorignac, the son of Michelle. He is a very strong 2-goal player, Milo Dorignac. He tries to take it to the inside. Now it's going to be Michelle. He leaves it for Manifold. And we get our first whistle of the day.
Indeed, and what to say, Dale, what a very feisty start to this first chuck. I mean, they're not holding back at all, straight into the action here. And as I say, Dundas looking for their 3rd victory. They beat Santa Rita 9-8. And Newport, the other team, of course, in this tournament, beating Santa Rita 13-8. So
we'll talk about placement here, Jan. We had a turning call on the play with 4:38 on the clock. Remember the 1-goal difference? If you just joined us, we do have an 11-goal team against a 12-goal team here in the 2021 Sieber Memorial. And they're going to leave this ball at the spot, so it'll be picked up here by Dundas.
Indeed, yes, he was saying 11 goals to 12, so that's why, of course, we already have that 1 goal given to the team in the black shirts. Play is called. Here we go then. And that looks like Zeda
Robert Tito will take that one off the 5 BOA, and then that was going to be picked up here. What a steal by Dorniak. Michelle, and that's just a brilliant play and well read by the number 3.
Absolutely, and again, no messing about. Read it well, turned it around, and what a cracking goal. So it's 1 apiece with just a little over 4 minutes left to play in the first chukker.
Polo, well, Jan, we've had the opportunity to have you back in town. You'll be working with the World Polo League this year.
Oh, Dale, I tell you, I can't wait. I mean, you've probably been following the news, and it's quite distressing and quite sad what's going on in the rest of the world. And it's great that the Grand Champions and the WPL is back up and running, and I can't wait to get into that first game.
We'll switch directions for any of you new viewers, so that's going to send the white to the east goal as this field does run east and west here. And it's going to be Gene Goldstein. Oh, nice hook in there by Juan Cruz Marcos. They'll leave it manifold, trying to scoop it up, turned around by Zeta, no play. It's going to be Dorniak. Michelle from a standstill. He'll hold it steady now, looking down the left side, but well read here. And we have rotation by all 4 players. Turn to the inside, and this looks like an easy turn call to me, Jan.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm just being told that we have a whistle on that play and a courtesy change. So the players a chance to get onto some fresh mounts. Temperature's ideal this morning. Absolutely ideal, not too hot, not too cold. A slight but only very slight breeze, so perfect conditions out there, Dale.
Yeah, the weather's been amazing. We got some cooler weather. It was a little hot last week, last couple of weeks, and it looks like they're going to place this ball. Well, the ball's inside the 60 on the turn, so definitely needs to be an open goal. Looks like they're set up here for a 30-yard open goal penalty 2.
So when they come back, and as you can see, the players coming back on fresh ponies, should really be a matter of a formality. As you say, open goal inside the 60.
Again, we had the opportunity to work with talk with Steve Lane, and he's talking with managing the umpires here in all of the Grand Champions Polo Club and the World Polo League. And one of the things they're going to be working on, and here at Chucker TV, and let us know on this Facebook conversation if you see this happening, but they're going to be speeding the courtesy changes up, and we want to keep it under 45 seconds.
Good call, good call. No, it's great. I saw Steve earlier. Great seeing him.
All right, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and talk to the third man on this one, who is Steve Lane today, working that one out. So we'll decide. And then a few other things, Jan, that they're looking for is they're going to be watching the shading. So everybody in the game of polo, when they do come to a melee play and they shut the ball down, and you have a player in front, you know, they're going to allow them to clear. The umpire, the procedure is clear. That man needs to clear as quick as possible. And if he doesn't clear, he'll get called for blocking. But if he does clear, then the player needs to use the ball. You might hear him say, use it, and then they need to move it. If they don't, they'll get called for delay game.
Well, I think that's a great idea because, of course, that opens up the game, keeps the flow of the game running. So, indeed, a good development on that front, and especially on that level. Because we have that a lot, of course.
Yeah, I know. Well, basically got the equalizer there. Oh, make it go. Actually, that's going to put them up 2-1 with that one goal. And, yeah, picked up there in a goal by the Newport team. Well, that will make it 2-1 as we had a goal from Michel Dorniak, and they pick up the penalty, too. Oh. Look at this.
Dorniak, what a cracking goal. He took aim, he opened his shoulders, and just let that one rip. Michel Dorniak getting his second of... Beg your pardon, Mariano Facetta, of course. Mariano Facetta, number 3, getting his first, but what a great goal there. He just took aim, very cool, calm, and collected, and just banked it.
Well, you cued it, the equalizer. That's one of your sayings, man. You got to get on this stuff. Loosen up a little bit here. You're back in the States now. You know we love that.
I know.
Yeah, and we love stealing quotes from each other on the mic, and that's why look at this. The bowling, and this is what you get. Offensive attack, and Zeta coming in so super strong. Mariano. Oh, look at this. Man, Zeta Robertito. I thought he was going to leave that one on there for Mariano Facetta, but no, he went for the looked like he hit it too far wide. He had to go for the tail shot.
Well, he tried, and A for effort, definitely. So, but I have to say, Dale, the pace, of course, incredible here. Still in the first chuck, a little over a minute and a half left to play. 2 apiece. Remember, 1 goal already given to Dundas because they come in on an 11-goal team handicap. And here we go along the sideboards. Now, if you are sitting a little bit close, Keep an eye on play. Nicely picked up on the sideboards. Once again, this by number 3. Mariano Facetta, he's controlling it, turns it around, gets a little bit of support. He's got traffic coming in from behind, spanks on up to the front door with Sarah Siegel-Magnus. She saw that one coming, she read it well. A little cut shot's what needed. Didn't quite get the mantle underneath that. It's left now for Manifold, who'll try and turn it around and get it out of that danger zone. He's got a bit of space to himself to allow a setup and sends that one sky high over the halfway line. And that'll be picked up by number 2, Milo. Couldn't control it. And once again, Dundas with Zeta, the number 4, very powerful, playing off 4 goals, utilising the open space, couldn't control it. And again, Newport seizing the opportunity here to try and make something out of it, but they're all over the place. Dundas shutting down the space exceptionally well. You might have heard the first siren, the first horn has gone, so we're down to the last now 20 seconds in this first chukker. What a cracking first chukker it's been, Dale.
Yeah, back and forth, and with 14 seconds on the clock, Sarah Siegel-Magnus might get an opportunity. Oh, overrides, backed up again by Milo, stolen away by Facetta, and this ball's going to lay inside the 61. Cruz Marcos. Oh, that ball had eyes, but he gets the horny horn there, and that's going to leave that ball right around the 10 or 15-yard line. So we'll send them off. We have a set of 2s on the board. You're watching the 2021 Sieber Memorial live on Chukker TV. Welcome back to Chukker TV, the 2021 Sieber Memorial. I got special guests here today. John Sieber in the house. We're going to do an interview with him at halftime. We're going to talk about the Sieber family and the Sieber Memorial. But more importantly, I have Jan Erik Frank back in the house. We are thrilled here at Chukker TV. Going to be working the WPL also. Jan, welcome back.
Thank you very much, Dale, and great to be back with my my American family, Chukker TV, and the WPL, and of course to see so many familiar faces. Great to be back here across the big pond, as we say, and welcome now to Chukker number 2. It's 2 goals apiece. Let's just run you down who scored in that first chuck-up. Mariano Facetta scoring a goal. Of course, Dundas coming in with an extra goal, coming in off 11-goal handicap. Newport, we had a goal from Milo Dorniak and Michel Dorniak, hence why at the beginning of chucker number 2, it is 2 goals apiece. Barely had that second chucker started, and we had our first whistle of the play. And also Dale out on the field, of course, a new man who made his debut last year. Great to see him back as well from the United Kingdom, none other than Mr. Mark Holmes.
Yeah, very cool. Working with Daniel Gallego. And our third man today, Steve Late. Also our director of operations when it comes to any of the umpiring here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. Grand Champions Polo Club, World Polo League, Aspen Valley Polo Club. It's great to have Steve. It's also, you've been hearing Steve on the mic as he does work here with us on Chucker TV also. So you may be hearing Steve in and out coming on some of the games. As we are in full force down here, it's going to be Dorniak.
Indeed, from the centre, penalty 5B. He hit that one nice and crisp through the centre, looking up to find a player at the front door, looking for Milo Dorniak. Is a little bit short, but what a powerful shot. Oh, and in comes Gene Goldstein. Nobody had him on the cars, and that was not much missing there. Gene Goldstein found himself in the right place at the right time. He was, well, you could say robbed. And now Sarah Siegel-Magnus as the team in the black jerseys here. Dundas turn things around. They get over the halfway line. Once again, it's going to be picked up by the number 3, Dorniak, for Newport. A little bit of a congestion going on there. Dundas not wasting any time to try and steal the ball back. They did well still. Dundas, they keep it in the half of Newport. He's found a little space for himself. The man with the number 4, Robertito Zeda. He teed it up nicely there for Sarah Siegel-Magnus. Good defensive play now. Newport on the attack. It's going to deflect off the sideboards. Here they come down the field. And there's a bit of an appeal going there. He's not happy, the man with the number 3, Michel Dorignac. And again, Dundas all over this play. Facetta tries to turn it, sends it into the open field, but waiting there are 2 defenders. Oh, and I think that was pretty inevitable as he came running down the line. Robertito Zeda had established himself. How did you see that one, Dale?
Yeah, no, that's a great call by the Mount official. They're having a discussion here, but I got to tell you, I didn't think there was anything here on the sideline. I had Michel Dorniak running down. He just came in, kind of swung through. So, I didn't see anything there, but this is a great call here, as they will call the right-of-way violation. Way too close there. Only about a stride out, and both umpires actually in perfect position for that one, yeah?
Absolutely. Well spotted indeed.
And still talking about this play on the sideline here, and I got to tell you, we call a spade here on Chucker TV, and we didn't see anything, and we're sitting right here 2 feet from it. And, sometimes, a lot of times on the field, I will tell you, players, they get a little bit caught up in a play, maybe that they were maybe not seeing the same way the umpires were, but the problem is they carried it into the next play. You got to find out somewhere where you can just let that go. Not a problem appealing, but you got to be able to let it cut it off at one point.
Absolutely, Dale, absolutely, because you've got to focus on what's lying ahead, and you've got to look forward. But I think you just nailed it, the 2 umpires in the perfect position to see exactly that play. And after the umpires have calmed them down, play is called. So here we go then. In the black shirt with the number 4, Robertito Zeda from the spot. Play continues. We're coming up to the 6-minute mark in chucker number 2. Oh, a little deflection there. I think that might have hit his back there, the man with the number 2, Milo Dorignac. Let's hope he didn't sustain too much of an injury. But Dundas, they are playing so strong, making it a very, very tough challenge here this morning for Newport. Again, picked up here this time by the number 3, Mariano Facetta. Facetta, can he take it all the way? Facetta, just a flick of the wrist, and what a great play. And this is exactly what I was feeling. Dundas here, staying focused, staying highly motivated, and there's the result.
You got it. We talk about positive possessions all day long, and when we talk about them, we talk about the penalty 5A, and we also talk about the 5B and the knock-in. Getting positive possessions, and that is a positive possession for Dundas again. They had a penalty 5, 20 yards off the center, and they get a goal, all of it. Well done.
Indeed. So the team, on paper at least, slightly weaker in handicap. Now once again in the lead, 3-2. Ball's back in play, but it's going to be Newport to get the better of this throw-in. Number 3 there, and that'll be Michel Dorignac. Playing closely there with Nick Manifold, who's now on the ball. And Dundas, of course, not wasting any time. They will challenge as soon as they can. Another interception here. He runs into a little bit of traffic. Newport get away with that. A little lofted shot there around the outside now then. Can he control it? He's got a man on. And that'll be cleared. Nice little daisy cutter out to the open side there. Number 3, Dorignac. Now he's got the space. Just beg your pardon, Facetta. Just needed to turn his pony, and we have another whistle, Dale.
That's going to be around they go, and when they stop is when the whistle blows, and so they're going to catch them there with 4:24 on the clock. And everybody, Facetta was off to the races, and he had Sarah Siegel Magnus rocking down the far side, but a little trouble with that ball in the coffin corner, and that's when he regrouped and went to the turn. And again, I like this call by the mountain officials.
Yep, very good call by the mounted officials, and they seem to be gelling very well. Our man from Mexico and our man from the United Kingdom. Now, what have they decided to give here?
Inside the 60-yard line there, so that ball definitely going to be an open goal penalty. Even if they were riding away from the goal, they still have a shot at the goal and a back shot. The number 3 is going to basically commence based on a shot at goal. Sometimes the ball will be down on the boards, way down in the corner, closer to the goal, but there's no shot. They might move it back. It looks like it's going to be an open goal penalty 3 in favor of Newport with an opportunity for the
equalizer. The equalizer, Dale, the equalizer. Now then, who's going to step up to the plate? As you said, an open goal, 4:24 on the clock. This now for 3 apiece. And it looks to me, well, for a minute there, I thought it might have been the number 3 player there, Michel Dorignac. Well, there's an extra ball on the field, and that would, of course...
Yeah, backing up to a 4.
Yeah.
So maybe a little chatter down there or something? Yeah, so just an opportunity to sit here and talk to third man. We have third man sitting behind us. Steve Laney, he does have radios on. Well, this can happen. So you have a penalty 3 set up, 40-yard shot open goal. But if there is a little chatter or something's going on out there, the umpires can move that ball backwards. Maybe, and they can also take the shot away, but maybe just something was said. They moved it back. Now you have a 60-yard shot, and it'll be Dorignac.
And it'll be defended, of course. Big difference. So the level a bit more higher. So let's see. Dorignac. Calm run. He needs to try and loft this one. It's low. It's a daisy cutter. And Dundas will not waste any time. Now then, who's got the stronger pony? Oh, he's going to still take him on. Newport tries to send it back. Magnus turned her pony well, but she's got a man on the mount with the number 4 there, Nick Manifold. But I got to tell you, Dale, it looks to me that Dundas just seem to be a little bit tighter in this game so far, have a little bit more ball possession, I think, in percentage, whereas Newport seem to be more reacting, whereas Dundas are being a lot more proactive. And again, nice little team play here. Dundas all the way now to goal. It takes a shot. Oh, what a cracking goal indeed. And Dundas put themselves back on the scoreboard with another goal. Man with the number 2, Juan Cruz Marcos, getting his first of the morning.
Super player, Juan Cruz Marcos. He went from 2 to 3 goals this season. And if you've been watching him play, he's been awesome. And I do agree with you, Jan. The Dundas team, they use a control game, and that starts with Robertito Zeta. He controls the ball in the back, mounted very well. He uses Mariano Facetta. Then you have Juan Cruz busted to the right. You have Sarah Siegel busted to the left to open it up. But they start the game by controlling the ball from the back. And this Newport team, they're more of a power polo team, is that they'll start from the back, but they use the longer shots because Manifold will run forward and he'll hit the Dorignac. Dorignac has his son Milo in front, and Gene Goldstein loves to pull the team and get out in front. And I love when the Newport team gets going with Gene in front, because if Gene gets pulling the team, then like a lot of teams, it opens their team up, and then they're hard to beat.
Absolutely. So, cracking goal there. 4 goals to 3, 3:20 on the clock. We're at Chukka number 2. We are, of course, coming to you live on Chukka TV today from Jan Pamela. Field number 2, I believe, or the middle field. And as we were saying earlier, perfect condition. And it is such a pleasure, Dale, not only to see you, to see Dale, to see Steve, the whole crew. Eric, of course, is here. And I'm looking forward to an exciting season.
Yeah, you got it, man. We're glad to have you back too, Jan. The World Polo League in full form. So Jan's ready for that. He's actually been studying up on all the teams, and he actually, well, you've been through here since the beginning. Yeah,
I have.
You grew. You've grown with the World Polo League.
Yes, this is year number 4. Of course, the 3rd year of the World Polo League, but my 4th year here in Florida. And delighted to be back again. Thank you for having me. Here we go then. Ball's in play. And we still have a little over 3 minutes left to play in the second chukker. If you've just joined us, Dundas leading after a very, very solid first chukker and a half, if you will, by 4 goals to 2. Newport, the stronger team on paper, leading with, I beg your pardon, with 12 goals handicap. Have a little bit of work to do here. We're under 3 minutes left to play, and it's going to be Michel Dorignac trying to find a little gap between those dark shirts here from Dundas. He's still in possession of the ball, but you can see surrounded there by coming in with the challenge was Mariano Facetta. And that is what perseverance looks like, Dale. Incredible play. They might have heard us talking here because they've shortened the deficit to just 1 goal. 4 goals to 3 with 2.5 left.
Yeah, they definitely felt the energy there. They needed a goal. You don't want to let this black team, Dundas, get ahead by 3 or 4 goals. They relax, and they play very, very strong. So this is a great goal to get them within 1 and bring them back to the center. For any new viewers, we do switch directions, so don't get confused with that. That's what we do for the same sun, wind, field advantage. It's going to be Michel.
Absolutely. Ball back in play. And again, I thought they might run away with it and look for that equaliser, but Dundas, they had the wake-up call, and you can see this is how they react. Now look at that pony go out on the far side. Once again, Dundas in control here. Player there with the number 2. Juan Cruz Marcos, having already scored 1 in this chukker, looking for possibly goal number 2.
And there you go. They're going to knock the boards down here. Let's break it down a little bit. A lot of people don't understand about the boards. If you do come to a game, be careful, as the players are allowed to jump the boards. And that board actually is on. It has metal poles underneath, and it breaks when a horse steps on it for safety of the 4-legged athlete. On the quick penalty 5, and it's going to be Zeta to pick it up for Dundas.
Well, Zeta tried to send it back with a little bit of interest, didn't quite make the connection. So Newport now here with a chance to break. A cut shot is needed. And there should have been another one there, but Juan Cruz Marcos will turn things around here. You said, Dale, just now a few moments ago, as the ball just popples or trickles over the sideboards. Chance to see the players a little bit up close.
Great shot right here. We have everybody in front of us. Gene Goldstein, Michel Dorignac, Nick Manifold in the white. In the black, Sarah Siegel Magnus, Juan Cruz Marcos, Mariano Facetta, and Robertito Zeta. And it's going to be Michel Dorignac with the penalty 5.
Still Dorignac. Round the outside, there's the first horn. Just 30 seconds left to go. There's the under the neck shot. Oh, what a cracking goal. What a cracking goal. And it's 4 apiece. 21 seconds. And it's the equaliser, Dale.
The equaliser.
I know, your favourite.
Don't hurt me, man.
No, of course. I was just teasing you a little bit there.
I was trying to teach Steve the equaliser, but no one says it like you.
Bless.
We always try. We all say it, but no one says like you. That's going to tie it up, and they're going to have, that's going to end ball still in the umpire's hand. 21 seconds on the clock, but that goal was scored within the 30 seconds, so we will send them off nip and tuck, 2-2 after the first, 4-4 after the second. We'll be back. This is the 2021 Sieber Memorial. All right, welcome back, Dale Schwetz, Jan, Eric, Frank, Jan. 2-2, 4-4.
Absolutely, the so-called equaliser right in the dying seconds there of that last chukker. The players coming back out onto the field. And I am still very much looking forward to seeing Sarah score a goal because she's been very, very active this morning. Very, always in the thick of it. And I think that goal is just waiting.
I'm going to put myself out there and say that she scores a goal on the little paint pony. This is one of her favorite ponies. And she gets a lot done on the paint pony. Usually plays in a couple chukkers. And I think she is going to get out in front. But I know they've been watching her also, Jan. And, you start to key up like Goldstein. They're keying up on him to let him pull a team, so they got to watch out for him. And Sarah the same way. On the far side is going to be Daniel Gallego. We'll be doing the bowling. That ball's going to bounce off a pony. Oh, this has been happening today a couple times. And when I say that, that means Dundas winning the bowling, getting the offensive attack. Outside it goes, bounce. Oh, there it is. Sarah Siegel jumps on it, but look at Michelle Dorniak turn the defense into offense. And when I say that, full speed, busting over center. Juan Cruz Marcos will go back on defense. Now, down the center. Juan Cruz, overrides. Michelle reads it perfectly, drags it inside the 60, inside the 40. Juan Cruz can do nothing but just ride that out so he doesn't get caught on the penalty one. And that is a super play by the number 3 in the white jersey, Michelle Dorniak.
Indeed, a great run, and he kept his pace. He read it well, as you said, Dale. It was a little mistake there by Dundas, but he was on that play. He was determined to go and see it all the way to the end. He did. Duly rewarded, so that equaliser is no longer there. It's 5-4 to the stronger team, 12-goal. Newport, remember, Dundas coming in off 11 goals, got that 1 goal at the outset. So 5-4, chukker number 3.
Yeah, bad luck there for Juan Cruz Marcos. He had the opportunity to take that ball out. That's not like Juan Cruz, as he's super with the polo ball, but well done by Dorniak. On the bowl end, this one's going to be won by the white jerseys this time. So back and forth on the bowl ends. And it'll be Dorniak, and there's a rotation by Manifold. Once Dorniak sees Manifold drop into the rumble seat, he drops his shoulders, pulls his head down, and gets running forward. Now the sword fight, picked up again by Juan Cruz, and then Milo will get into the move. Milo, Dorniak. Dorniak now down the center, looking for Gene Goldstein. Gino puts his, he almost had him there as he puts Sarah on the hip, but well done, Gene, because that ball is going to roll over the end line for a penalty 6, safety.
Indeed, he had that one literally taken off him. He probably thought it was going to go through, but the ball was cleared. It went over the back line, so you're right. It will be on that level, of course, the point of where the ball crossed the back line. You can see the umpire just about to drop it. So a penalty 4 in favour. And I've got to say, Del, I don't know if it's just me, but all of a sudden in this third chukker, Newport seem to have had a new whim in this chukker. They've come out a lot stronger.
Yes, they have. And Steve, when did they change the procedure to putting the ball no more than 40 yards from the center? 4 years ago. So thank you, Steve Lane. And they did change the procedure. I love this change because they used to allow players to dribble the ball on a penalty shot, and now you can't, especially on a safety where the ball will be out by the board. So now you cannot go further than 40 yards from the center. So if the board was knocked out by the boards, they would bring it in 40 yards from the center, and it's going to be Dorniak. Down the center with the daisy cutter. I call it the worm burner. That ball's going to be put in there, and there's a great play, and that's the Dorniak connection. Michelle, Papa, to Milo, the son.
And all of a sudden, it is 6-4. And as I said, all of a sudden, Newport here seem to become. They come out here in this third chukker a lot stronger. They might have had a little team chat and a team talk, because they have now, for the first time, taken the incentive, and they are leading by 2 goals, 6-4, and we're still early in that third chukker. 5:08 on the clock.
Out the backside, Juan Cruz Marcos says, come on, let's get this one going, and this kid can get it done. Now look at Nick Manifold, though. That's a perfect ride-off, overridden by Zeta, turned around by Milo, and he's turning at full speed. 12-goal polo, but running and gunning here in the first 3 chukkers, backed up by Robertito. Nobody home with a black jersey, taken out by Manifold. Nick, perfect neck shot into the corner. Nobody home, and it's going to get turned around here by Mariano Facetta. Mariano slams on the brakes. Juan Cruz jumps into the rumble seat. Juan Cruz working the magic. Takes it inside in between two white jerseys. Juan Cruz leaves it behind. Cleared out by Michelle. And hustle play by Zeta. He'll open it up, and he goes right back to Michelle riding the black pony with the bald face. Hits it between the legs of Facetta and moved along by Manifold, and this is what I like, open style polo for the white jerseys. Now Gene Goldstein, he has the right of way here. Gene gets a piece of it, and Robert Tito's going to take it under the neck and run the turn for the black jerseys. Number 4 on the move, and he is flying down the far side. Look at his pony stretch out. Robert Tito's at him, but well done here by Dorniak, playing zone back, reads it perfectly, and that's a perfectly executed ride-off. Knee to knee, perfect speed, well done by number 3. Open shot by Juan Cruz, and picked up by Facetta, dragged it to the inside, takes it to the inside, ducking and diving, bobbing and weaving, shot on goal, and you can throw a blanket over 6 of them, I believe, down there, yeah?
Yeah, that was a little bit too many guys there in the middle of the on that play, and the umpires now will have quite a bit of work to work out exactly who fouled who. There was definitely a right of infringement or right of way play there, and it looks to me that it's either a hit from the spot or a penalty too in favour of the team in black, Dundas.
So Facetta takes it across the center. This is ducking and diving. And they bobbing and weaving. And he did get the foul there. He gets a shading call. So they're going to drop that ball inside for an open goal. And it's going to be Sarah Siegel Magnus.
Well.
And I told you she was going to score on the paint pony.
I was just about to say, you called it, Del. Well done. You called it. And that was a very important goal. And that reduces the deficit just to 1 goal, 5 goals to 6. Well, Dale, you're going to have to give me the lotto numbers, the national lottery numbers.
I'm telling you, I've been I've been praying for them for a long time. Yeah, and when I get them, I'll definitely share them with you.
Bless.
We're going to Kersey change with 3:04 on the clock, and here you go. It came out early on. First chucker was kind of back and forth, both teams feeling each other out. We see that a lot in the game of polo, where two teams are finding out, how they play or what defensive plays they make, offensive plays they make. And then we go second chucker, Dundas. Third chucker, Newport.
Yeah, what a turnaround. They had a little wake-up call. I'm sure they would have spoken amongst themselves. Gene would have put a bit of pressure on. I'm sure Gene, of course, wants to, as you said, open up that team, take it forward, get himself also in a I mean, he had that play earlier on, or down that field rather, on the west side, where he was just about to take a shot and he had it taken off him, which was a little bit unfortunate. But they've come back strong. They're keeping it together, but the pressure still very much on. 3:04 on the clock. And the courtesy change, as you said, Dale, being executed very quickly. The entire Dundas team back out onto the field, just waiting for Newport. Here they come.
Once again, keeping the courtesy change under 45 seconds, and you can see the teams. And we were talking about that the other day, Jan. I mean, if you think about it, the courtesy change happens somewhere in the middle of the chuckers, or 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, no more than 4. So you actually have the ability to run your horse off the field. I was saying that if I played a horse 3.5, 4 minutes, I would actually run my horse off full speed to put a little air in it and get down there as quick as possible, then jump off, and then maybe if you got to take a drink of water or something, but go off the field as quick as possible to the courtesy change, and then come on like they come on. And that's what we're seeing now by the players, and they're getting it done quickly.
Yeah, I'll probably do the same thing. Here we go then, Dale. 2:52 back in the saddle, everybody. It is chucker number 3, 6 goals to 5 in favour of Newport.
Juan Cruz, open back shot, bounces off the pony of Facetta. Facetta looking for that one. Zeta comes in there. Milo. Dorniak, man, I remember Milo. He was tall. He was shorter than my belt. He was so small. Now look at this kid. Off to the races. I love watching him play. Takes it down the center. Turned out by Zeta, and that's just a great ball. Bouncing ball, no problem for number 4. Into the corner, and he'll take control here. Hustle play, everybody working hard. Dorniak goes for the hook. Zeta gets a piece of it, and it bounces out over the boards.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how the remaining 2 minutes and a few seconds of this chucker are going to pan out. Dundas, I'm sure, would like to go into the halftime interval with an equaliser on the score. Did you get that? Equaliser on the score?
Equaliser.
Equaliser. But they still have
write a song.
Exactly. Still have a little bit of work to do. But knowing Sarah and her team, they will try everything to do just that.
on the possession play on the far side, and we've seen 2 or 3 of those possessions in favor of the white jersey today. They are so big in the game of polo. Do not hit the ball out of bounds. I love that procedure of giving the ball and the possession up to the opposing team. Backed up there by number 4. Yeah, look at this. Michelle is going to get around there. Stays on the near side. Clean play. Oh, man, that's just good polo. As Juan Cruz. I might be wrong here. He might be leaning over a little bit. From my angle, it kind of looked like he looked like he was going to go over, and then he ducked back to the right and stayed on his side, but he might be a little bit over it on that side. We'll see. The umpires are had a better angle than I, but we'll see what they decide. They're going to talk about it. 123, but I love how both teams, Michelle stayed on the near side, cued in, got hooked, and then we got to the second play where it looked like Manifold was coming down the right of it. It was 100% on the line. And then you had Juan Cruz come at 45 degrees, and boy, man, this kid is so handy.
Well, it did look there. It was borderline, but borderline means it might not have actually committed that foul. So let's see what the umpires make of this one. To me, it was controversial to say the least.
Yeah, so you're going to call him for a right of a violent blocking in there, and he might have came over more than it looked like. We got a weird angle. We're looking at it on an angle here. And they're going to go intimidation. And some intimidation. I guess you can intimidate there, but not if there's anybody there, right? There was anybody there, was it? Oh, white guy coming in behind her, so there you go. You could have the intimidation call also. I don't like that word intimidation on the polo field. I'm intimidated to put my boots on. So, you know how it is. All right, they're going to get down 1:17 on the clock. That ball's going to pop to the right side, and Facetta's just going to stay calm, stay cool, stay collected, and now turn it back to the inside. Oh, man, he had Juan Cruz going forward. Dorniak is back, but they'll regroup, and this is what Yan and I were talking about earlier. This is what works for Dundas. If they start with Zeta, and then they work downfield, now Robertito on the chestnut pony is going to run the turn here. Look at this pony. Oh, stretches out, turn to the inside. Whoa! And I like this call by the mount official as Zeta's going to take that ball under the neck, and for sure he has a near side play all day long. And Milo Dorniak, do you think he was intimidated there?
Slightly. Just ever so slightly.
That's a rock and roller right there, but great call by the mount official. Dead on it. And they'll drop this ball for a 5A, and with 47 seconds on the clock, an opportunity here to go up by 2 for the Newport team.
Yep, you're right. 47 seconds left to play. Now, they've been there once before. So, ball's been teed down. Players called. And let's see what the next 47 seconds will bring. Here we go then. Tapped into play.
Dorniak, 1 tap, 2 taps. Now they're going to tell him to use it, and that's using it, and that's a perfect example of how to use it with speed instead of just hitting it. Now he'll run this one down. Oh, Dorniak on a flyer. Going to run the far side, takes it to the inside. Michelle Dorniak looking to go up by 2 goals, and K. Golazo, Michelle Dorniak. That is a positive possession on the penalty 5A.
And not only that, you called it, and that was his goal number 4. Well done, Dale. Well done indeed.
Awesome run there, and that's going to give him a 2-goal difference, and this is what you want against Dundas. They're a very strong team. The second half should be fabulous. Very strong, 4-legged athletes in the second half for both of these teams. So, Yan, I'm going to go ahead and go to a commercial break here, and we'll be back. Mr. Rob Sieber for an interview to talk about the Sieber family, being this is the Sieber Memorial. Stay with us. We're on Chucker TV. I have John Sieber. Mr. Sieber, thank you for joining us here, seeing this is the Sieber Memorial.
Thanks for inviting us.
You're very welcome. Can you tell us a little bit about? Now, I grew up in Boca as a young sprout, hot walking horses, and the whole family was there. Can you tell us, Chucker TV, a little bit about the Sieber family and polo?
Yes, my father started after a few years after the war. He got interested. He always rode horses and got interested through two other veterinarians and started playing. So it's always been a family affair. Then he taught my brothers and I and my sister.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. Yeah, I mean, I remember so much the Sieber family. And for it, tell us a little bit about the Sieber Memorial, the trophy, because this tournament has been around for a long time.
This will be the 30th year for the trophy, which is very touching for the family. It was played for 22 years. I looked at the trophy this morning in Boca. Then from the Oxy family, which is very nice, they did that. Then they had a little hiatus between Boca shutting down, and it was my understanding the tournament was the last official game played at Boca Raton.
Wow, that's interesting.
And obviously you won it 2 or 3 times.
You know it. I'm glad you brought it up because I walk around. That Sieber Memorial with the Ganseys, with Melissa Gansey, Mark Gansey, and Juan Bellini, we will never forget it. And I talked about it when we started doing the Sieber Memorial. Down by 6 goals in the 6th Chucker. John, and we came back, went into overtime, and won that tournament. And you just never forget those type of tournaments and those games. And still, Mark and Melissa and Juan, we still talk about it today and how much energy that gives you. So we're thrilled to have the Sieber Memorial here at the Grand Champions Polo Club.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man, this has been a big part for us. So we're thrilled that you come out. Thank you so much. We hope that you'll be here for the finals or we could get some more. So we will see John Sieber again. I thank you, sir, for that. Tell us about the Sieber family and what a tournament here at the Sieber Memorial. We're so blessed to have it here on Chucker TV and at the Grand Champions Polo Club. Thank you, Mr. Sieber.
Thank you, and thanks for the Gonzi family for supporting it.
Oh, very well. All right, well, we're going to be right back, so stay with us. We'll go to commercial break here, and we'll be right back here for the second half of the Sieber Memorial. Welcome back. I'd like to thank Mr. John Sieber for joining us at halftime. And love hearing how long the tournament has been around. That's pretty interesting, huh, Jan?
It has indeed, and it's great to see him here. And as you were saying, it's an honour and a privilege to have the 2021 Sieber Memorial again here, of course, at Grand Champions. Players are coming back out onto the field. Dale, as we were talking about it, and that's exactly what's happened, what's manifested itself, 7 goals to 5. Let's have a little recap here of what happened in that first chuck. Now remember, Dundas coming into this game with 11-goal team handicap, so they were awarded an extra goal from the outset. And then let's go through the run. In that last chucker, Dale, you did call it on that nice coloured pony, Sarah Siegel-Magnus getting her first, converting a penalty too. Juan Cruz Marcos also scored in the second, and so far leading the tally of goals for Team Dundas. Twice Mariana Facetta hitting the target. Over for Newport, we had Goldstein nearly with his first goal. I'm sure that I'm hoping you're going to call that one as well, Dale. So then I think it's another one waiting to happen. And then Milo Dorniak having scored in every single chucker, one in the first, the second, and in the third. Nick Manifold still waiting for his first goal, but leading the tally of goals there was Michel Dorniak, having scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and 2 in the third, bringing us to 7 goals to 5 as we go into the second half. Best of luck to the players out there. Ball's thrown into play. Now, who's going to, and this is always so important, Dale, I know, winning the throw-in immediately puts your team into the offensive mode, and it looks like Dundas has gotten the better of that, but only short-lived as Newport and Milo Dorniak on the halfway line as he has his number 4. Nick Manifold just trying to clear the way for him. There's the pass up to the front. I think they were hoping, or he was hoping to find Gene Goldstein. It's sent back. Picked up in midair by the number 3 there, Facetta. And now, Zeda. Now, you don't want to give him the ball. And once again, reading the play very well. Sarah Siegel-Magnus is a bit too far out for her, but Zeda will try and latch onto that first shot. He might have to run this one himself. Magnus, again, a little bit too far away, but that ball made for her with a perfect drive. And could this be goal number 2? A little backhand is what she will do to try and keep the ball in play. It's extended, it's in the goal mouth, and it's gone through. And a nice little combination there by Team Dundas. Beautifully executed.
Super play by Sarah Siegel-Magnus. And this is one of her new ponies, this little bay pony. I don't know the name of it, but I was actually umpiring the 12 goal this last week, and I was talking to Sarah. And she loves this little pony. She says it's a little bit too fast for her, but she's getting used to it. It's an awesome horse. And I like that play. Yeah, and she keeps it on the field knowing that Mariano's there. Usually that play gets taken out by the defense, but knowing Mariano was there, and a great finish by the number 3.
Absolutely. And also for me, compliments there to Sarah Siegelman. The first goal there for Robertito Zeda. And that reduces the deficit just to 1 goal. Goldstein picked that one up on the halfway line. But once again, the number 4, Zeda, couldn't control it. Dorignac now sends one down the field. He's got 3 to choose from. Didn't quite get through, ran into a little bit of traffic, but he's still got a chance here. Dorignac, he might shoot this one himself. He's got a man behind. Goldstein tucks in nicely behind 3 players. But I believe we had a whistle, Dale? No, we didn't. Oh, sorry.
You get a whistle.
I called it a bit too early.
You might have wished that one in there, Jan. They're all clustered up in there. We have 5:21 on the clock, 7-6. Well, you went through them, right? Yeah. If you just joined us here, Dundas, in the black and black, wearing the black on black. They like the black pants.
They do indeed.
We'd love to know what you think on the Facebook conversation.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, because it's a little different, but showing originality. So, Grand Champions Polo Club. Always loves the expression, noticing the umpire jerseys, of course.
Of course. Now let's see what the umpires are deliberating out there. You can see the Englishman and the Mexican there just comparing notes. As you said, there was quite a bit of a cluster there going on in front of the goal mouth. I think both teams are now appealing and should go their way.
It's always tough when you see 8 mouths going there.
Yeah.
So, a little tough always. And like I said, a cluster. But again, great positioning. And we had the opportunity to talk to Steve Lane, third man, and at halftime, he was filling us in on what was happening here with his 2 umpires that he's working with today, and they had a nice little huddle. They meet it. A lot of people don't realize that they meet at halftime. Umpires come off Yan. They meet with the third man, And if we were using replay with the IRO, then the third man could call the IRO and talk to him. In this case, they're going to have to come over, so this is great. We'll get Steve to pop out. This is a perfect situation for people learning about what the umpires do. It's a big part of what we do at the Grand Champions Polo Club, Aspen Valley Polo Club. And we've been doing, we weren't here, but we've been doing umpire interviews where we do have the umpire, one of the umpires, sometimes the third man with the WPL because they're very busy with the WPL and the Heigl, but to come over and fill in to the fans what's actually happening on the field from their perspective.
Which I think is a great idea. And, of course, having someone like Steve Lane, a fountain of knowledge, like again now here when two are in disagreement, the third man, Steve, all 6'4" of him, he will then make the call.
We're labeling him the fountain of knowledge now. That is
knowledge.
perfect for him.
Yes.
Steve Lane, the fountain of knowledge.
No play.
With a sprinkle of knowledge. Well, both. So, yeah, he is, and that's great. And there you go, quick conversation. So they check with Steve to see what he saw. Even though they do have radios, they just want to discuss it a little bit better. And a big call here, so you need to make sure. These are all huge calls in a tight game like this, and it will be Dorniak.
With a penalty, 2, I believe. So an open goal. Dorniak taking a calm little walk with his pony, nicely letting the mallet do the work, and Dorniak gets that goal and puts his team back into the lead with a 2-goal cushion, 8-6. And we're down to a little over 5 minutes in chukker number 4.
A very clean 4 chukkers of polo here in the 2021 Sieber Memorial. 12-goal polo. Both of these teams are very well coached and schooled up. I actually saw Adolfo Cambiaso at the field coaching the Dundas team. Him and Peroto were there, the game I was umpiring. So it's always nice having the high goalers in the tent, giving all of that knowledge they know. And it's going to be on the bowl in here. Hey, everybody fighting for this one. Picked up here by Dorniak.
Dorniak sends it into no man's land. It'll be picked up by the number 2 from Dundas, Juan Cruz Marcos. Having already scored 1 in the first chukker, looking possibly for a second. Oh, and he has it taken off him. Newport on the run here. A clear run to goal. Dorniak, he's got a slight little head on that play, and it's going to go through. Well, that's what we say, Dale. If you snooze, you lose. Silly mistake.
You got it. And our end zone cam is going to get a great shot of this. Keep an eye on how Dorniak shoots the ball, knowing that Facetta was coming up and does not make a play on the ball. Dorniak, even though he's on the offensive attack, actually hooks the back shot of Facetta and lets the ball roll in.
And finishes it beautifully. And all of a sudden, Dale, for the first time in this game, a 3-goal deficit or a 3-goal advantage or a cushion. 9-6, 3:40 on the clock. And all of a sudden, we find Dundas a little bit on the back foot.
So they're going to talk about this one here. They are at 3:38, and they're going to go the Kersey change. Now, this is where it does go over the top, and I know some I've had them talk to me about it. But what happens here is if you do bowl this ball in with 3:37 on the clock with the Kersey change, you usually get to about 2:37 before you might have the opportunity to call it. But remember, you can either take the Kersey change or not. So they just decided to go ahead, the Dundas team, to stay on top. Now, I had a team come in and they wanted to move it. Both captains decided let's call it at 3 minutes or 2.5 minutes. And, it's based on the game that comes in, but it's all for safety of the four-legged athlete.
Which, of course, is a big rule and a very important rule. And I'm glad to see that, of course, here also at the Grand Champions Polo Club, very much upheld. That the welfare of the ponies is, of course, always kept a very special eye. And also, it's very much down to the rider to determine when he thinks that pony needs a little break or needs a little change. So good to see that here and being executed the way it is.
And once again, they are handling the Kersey change very quick, as you notice the Newport team going off swiftly, coming back swiftly, and that's getting them on the field, and that's what we want to do. Keep it going quickly.
Absolutely. Here they come, all 3 of them. One was already waiting. The number 2, Juan Cruz Marcos. Beg your pardon, Milo Dorniak. He stayed behind. Goldstein on a fresh pony. Here we go then. Mr. Mark Holmes about to throw the ball in. Now, could that have anything to do with the fact that he's Argentine and the umpire's English? I hope not.
Oh, Robert T likes to coach every so often. He is a good coach out there for his team. No, I'm just asking for a quicker ball, but maybe the nerves are, getting them down by 3 goals.
Absolutely, and Dundas have it all to do now here in the remaining 3 minutes and 19 seconds of chukker number 4. That looks like a nice little shot under the neck, and he's hit the target, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered. Sarah will be happy with that. So, 7 goals to 9. Dundas right back in this game.
There you go. We teach that at the polo school. The man, the line, the ball. And Mariano Facetta showing you how to get it done. He picked the man up, put Dorniak on his hip, held him there, established himself on the right-of-way, and then did a clean neck shot with a man on his hip. And not just a man, but a very strong rider in Dorniak.
Yeah, very, very difficult angle, so he did well. Great eye for the ball. Ball's thrown back into play, and as you said yourself, Dale, for those of you, of course, watching at home on Chukker TV, after every goal they change ends. So now Dundas in the black shirts going from east to west. And a powerful drive there from the number 4, Robertito Zera. So far only 1 goal to his name, but that's not really what it comes down to. It comes down to making sure that the team get enough goals, and at the moment they are trailing by 2. They came out so strong in that first chukker and a half until Newport finally got a grip on this powerful Dundas team. And there again, power play here. Round the outside he goes. Robertito Zera. Zera with an under the net cut shot. Not much in it there.
Deep shot there. And there's another neck shot for you. That ball's going to go off the left side. And we're going to get a whistle and timeout for a 4-legged athlete here. And Zeta would like to get that one back because he had the opportunity, overshot it. Almost tougher to overshoot that ball, but a deep neck shot. And so they'll take time here. They'll bring down a fresh 4-legged athlete. This will be an all change, so anybody can change here. And it looks like Dorniak is going to go ahead. Milo Dorniak going to use this situation as he was the only one on the Newport team that did not use the courtesy change. Now, at any time here, with his all change, if any one of the other players on Newport wanted to change, they can go ahead and change onto another pony if they'd like.
And that, of course, again, as we were saying earlier, is down to the perception of the player. The rider needs to know when that is the right time to do so. Now, of course, as we're getting into the latter half of this game, some of these players, I'm sure, will be bringing out their fastest and bestest ponies to make sure that they have the horsepower to get to the ball before the opposition does. 1:45 left to play in chukker number 4. We still have 2 very exciting chukkers ahead.
Yeah, they're on track here. Remember, 13 goals by a team. Offensive attack is working well right now with the Newport team. 9 goals in the 4th. And as Jan was saying, we will see 8 of the top horses come out in the 5th and another 8 of the top horses in the 6th. Both of these teams mounted very well in the second half. If you've been watching Chukker TV, if you miss some of the games, you can always go back to Chukker TV on the Facebook page. You can catch all the games also. And if you don't have the app, get the Chukker TV app so you'll have polo in your pocket whenever you'd like.
I remember we launched that, or you launched that last year.
You launched it.
I remember that was a great little...
We, you, me.
We're always... Us, exactly.
You as half of us.
Exactly. So here we go then, all back on fresh ponies. Newport with a hit in from their own back line. Dundas again standing very, very deep, wanting to shut down any kind of offensive play early on. Ball going out to the far side. That looks like Gene Goldstein to me. Good first touch from him. And there's the second. And look at that pony open up. He's up against Sarah Siegel Magnus. Goldstein. Oh, and we had a whistle. Did we not?
So there's a whistle back on that shot with Goldstein, and it looked to me like maybe Gene made contact with Sarah, so I'm wondering if Sarah came across or yeah, there you go, or the other option. As they're sitting here with Steve Lane behind it, says maybe Sarah was already established, and if a player is established and overlapped, then you cannot swing into their pony. And that's the big cue there. Are they overlapped before the mallet head starts to make its movement down? And definitely Sarah was in the vicinity, and now we'll decide whether it goes against the black or for them. And it looks like it's going to go against them. So they'll call it, but there's your two different options at the umpire. Now, again, positioning very well, positioning so big in the umpire handbook. You need to position yourself to make 100% calls. And look at this, Jan. An opportunity to go back up by 3 goals, and it's going to be Michelle Dorniak with the open goal penalty 3 40-yard shot.
And, of course, if he makes this, he'll be putting his team into double figures. He'll be looking for goal number 7, I believe. Here we go. Well, he just gets away with it. So, indeed, Michel Dorniak gets goal number 7. Puts his team into double figures. And, again, that 3-goal cushion, 10 goals to 7 with a little over a minute left to play in the 4th chukker. Well, I thought for a moment there Dundas had sort of come back, all guns blazing, but it looks like Newport have really got a grip on this Dundas team now.
Back and forth. Every time Dundas makes a move, the white teams answer the call, as you were saying, Jan. And here we go on the bowl in. Dorniak.
Well, they're running away with it now. Milo, he's got Gene Goldston at the front as well. Milo's got a bit of space. They're surrounded there by black shirts. What's he going to do? He's going to stop, take the pace out of the game. He's got his number 3, Michel, right behind him to lend him a little helping hand, but he's up against a bit of traffic. Mariano Facetta making life a little bit awkward, and that ball saved on the line by Sarah Siegel-Magnus. Great defensive play. And I think we saw a foul just there on the right-hand goalpost there. Dale, talk us through that one.
Well, I love this. I love Milo. He holds the ball, and then an exceptional play by a young player because his dad jumped in behind him in the rumble seat. 9 times out of 10, they leave the ball, but Milo snuck away from everybody. Continued to get the shot on goal. A super save by Sarah Siegel-Magnus, but I talked to you about this earlier. When you back the ball across the goal mouth, 9 times out of 10, that ball, it either gets taken out or it gets attacked. And on this case, we had a player jump in, and it looked to me, they're going to go and call Chucker here, Jan, and we'll see. But it looked to me like the black player came in front over the top of the right-of-way in front of the white player, which in the case, you could have a 1 or an open goal penalty 2. But we're going to send you to commercial break with a 3-goal difference here. We'll see what our 2 mound officials, our three officials actually decide on this call. Big call here. We'll be back. You don't want to miss this 6th and final Chucker 2021 Sieber Memorial on Chucker TV. Welcome back, everybody. 6 Chucker action. And 10-7.
Well, exactly. And, of course, we're going to pick up after that foul play. Remember, just at the end of that previous chucker, the 4th chucker, Sarah Siegel-Magnus clearing. And
I apologize. I jumped right to the 6th Chucker.
That's all right, Dale.
Sorry, Chucker TV. I was going to the 6th Chucker. We're in the fit chucker.
You're excited because I'm here.
I'm having so much fun. I have too much fun on the mic sometimes. I got to gather my thoughts. Steve's been helping me with that. And I'm not sure if you'll help me or you might make it worse, Jan, when I'm with you, but I love you to death.
Bless you. So here we go then, Dale. Chucker number 5. We're going to pick up where we left off with that little foul. Remember that save that Sarah Siegel-Magnus did just before the end. And as you said, Dale, 9 out of 10 times the ball, she put it into the goal mouth. This is now the consequence of that.
Yeah, it's a little tough. I don't think she can make any other play there, Sarah, because the ball is pretty much going in the goal, or if it was scored by Milo. So there's your open goal penalty, too.
Okay, thank you very much, Evelyn. So Michel Dorignac getting his goal number 8. Getting things up and running here in Chucker number 5. 7-11. Steve, we were talking about that earlier. 7-11. Very, very convenient indeed. 7-11. And the player's going to resume with a hit from the centre. Penalty 5B in favour of Newport, who all of a sudden, Dale, seem to be running away with this game.
Yeah, and you got to be careful. You don't want to get the technical foul. They'll blow the whistle, and they'll move it to the center first, and then if that carries on, they will move it down. Now, it doesn't hold anything against the player. Player doesn't have, carry on too many technicals, only if the player was getting way over the top, but they move the ball. So this hurts because you have the open goal, and now they get possession, and it's going to take it down the side. That's a nice pickup there by Milo to turn the corner, and Zeta. Now watch Robertito Zeta in the 5th and 6th chucker. This kid is mounted very, very well. And so they're going to try to keep a lot of pressure on him. If you know Manifold, he knows that he's mounted very well. Look at that. That's just a strong play by the number 3. Now the sword fight going on. The two Dorniaks queuing up together here. Milo leaves it for Michelle. Loose ball play for Jean. Jean gets a piece of it. Backed out of there by Mariana Facetta. And a whistle with 6:50 to stop the action.
And again, a lot of players, what do you say? Conjulating? No, what do you always say? Combobulating, you always say. Getting onto that play.
Combobulating.
Combobulating, that was the word I was looking for.
Combobulating.
Combobulating. Not an easy call.
Well, they were discombobulating there because they're all over the place.
Exactly.
They'll drop it. It'll be in favor of the black jerseys, and this is what they like. They're like, look, here's the flying wedge. Look at, see, they put Cruz down the center. They put Sarah on the left side. And nice pick up here by Sarah Siegel-Magnus. Now she'll go to the Spurs. Sarah picks up ball number 2 on the run. Sarah 3 in a row, drags it forward. But Manifold, good D on Juan Cruz Marcos to pick him up early and control. And now Zeta, but he's dealing there with Dorniak, the two Dorniaks again. They know each other very well, father-son combination. We talk a lot about the dynamic duos, and they're a strong dynamic duo.
Very, very strong. They've been playing so well all morning, I should say. Michel Dorniak with 8 goals to his name now. And Milo Dorniak with 3. But nice to see again Sarah Magnus getting right into it, and another penalty from the center.
Yeah, and also Newport, Nick Manifold, he's so intelligent in the game, mounted very well also. And Los Mejitos Caballos with Mariano Aguirre, and so he is mounted very well, and he reads in between the game really well, so he lets those guys play their game. And Gene is great. He keeps the pressure on him. I like to see Gene a little bit more. Now you see how they're doing. They're using Sarah to come back on Gene on dead ball plays, on set plays, and then they're marking up 1, 2, 3, 4 with the boys in the middle. And so right now it'll be Dorniak, and look at this. He's going to look for Gene, but Gene's going to hold back. So this is a nice little play. They're changing it up, and Gene's going to fall in behind as Milo works it down, and now Nick. Nick will press him. Nick's going to put the pressure on Juan Cruz. This kid's great with the polo ball. Watch. Everything. Look, he is amazing. 1, 2, 3 out of the air, but this is what he's got to deal with, and that's good D by Michel Dorniak. Look at this. Now it's going to be Gene Goldstein, and Nick says, I got it. Nick's going to drag it into the corner here. There's the ride-off from Facetta. That's a neck shot, so that's Facetta's ball all day long. He chooses to do the ride-off and go to the near side, and Dorniak's going to, look at this, turn it right here in front of us. Now, being hustled by Juan Cruz. Looking for the open space, finds it. Goldstein, Gino. Oh, right in front. And again, though, Gene Goldstein, combination from Dorniak puts the pressure on. Mallets in the air. And one team is yelling that it's a safety, and the other team is yelling it's a knock-in.
Yeah, very sorry there for Gene. I mean, again, second time he's been in the right place at the right time and had the ball just taken off him. So continues now with a hit in, it looks like, for Dundas, and off they go.
They changed it up there. Now they have Juan Cruz, and they're sending Zeta forward, and Robert Tito mounted up. Going to roll right now into the 60. Oh, that's a nice approach shot, Robert. There's the drag, Robert, RZ on the move, and that combination is perfectly executed. Rotation now by Dundas, having Juan Cruz come behind, facilitate the ball to Zeta running through.
Makes a lot of sense, and you can see the strategy really coming up and blossoming here. Down to just 3 goals, 4:33, 8 goals to 11. Still quite a bit of work to do at the office here for Dundas, but you give Robertito half a chance, he'll take it for a mile.
I love the 12-goal level, Jan, and a lot of it's because you see so many design plays at a medium goal level. Both teams executing perfectly here, playing the chess game, as we call it, trying to mix it up, trying to find a hole in the defense. On the bowling, it bounces off a pony, and now it'll be no, it's going to be Juan Cruz again. Juan Cruz. Marcos, little mishit. Milo knows he's got Gino. Look at this. See, I told you they're using Gino going forward, and now they have to commit there. Robert comes back and makes a nice, clean ride-off, but now Goldstein. Goldstein will leave it for Dorniak. Handy with the ball. No, they're not going to let Dorniak do too much with it, as you can see there. Now the hustle play, and Zeta, and we already know that this chestnut mare can run. Zeta, there's the approach. Leaves it for Juan Cruz. Marcos, ooh, bad luck there. As he snapped one, he wants to get that one back. You can see he's a little frustrated on there. But the hustle play there, I thought Zeta was off to the races.
Yeah, so did I, and a little bit of unluck there.
Yep, they just blew the whistle.
All right, so they blew the whistle, I think, on a courtesy change. And we will have a courtesy change.
Yeah, very unfortunate there. Great little run, and you can see he was frustrated with that. He had a bit of a bouncing ball, a little bit unlucky on that front. But you can
not
see...
an easy shot.
No, not an easy shot, but the determination is there. And as we both said, I think the 5th and 6th chukker, this is the penultimate chukker. We're going to see still quite a lot of action.
I like how Dundas at this point in the game, now they're doubling up on Michelle. Michelle had a play over here. He shut it down. The minute he went to shut it down, he asked Gene Goldstein to leave it, which is a great play. Now, don't think of a Michelle might not let Gene take that ball, knowing that they're going to double team him like in basketball. You see the double team, you need to get rid of the ball. Yeah. Polo, the same difference. You see the double team, or you know the double team is coming, then you need to let that other player on your team take that ball and move it down the field.
Exactly. Absolutely well said. So 3:12 on the clock, 3 goals in it. Quick courtesy change. And be interesting to see how composed Dundas will see through the remaining 3 minutes and 12 seconds of this chukker. This game is far from over. Could also be, of course, a false sense of security, but I have to say, Newport, tight, very, very compact, marking up very, very well. They got a grip on this very powerful Dundas team early on. So Dundas, as I say, a little bit on the back foot. Play is called. Here we go then. Hit in from the east side of the field. As you said, they're running from east to west. Newport on the attack.
Dorniak on the ball face pony. He's going to keep this one himself, and he does this very nice. He takes the ball when they tell him to use it, and he busts out of there so quick. And then look at this ball right here. 100 in the air. It'll carry over center. And now the rotation again. And number 2 on Cruz playing the number 4 position as Mariano Facetta brings it back to the center. Rotation by Zeta. They have Sarah going forward. And it's going to be Sarah Siegel-Magnus. Sarah, nice pick up here. She drags it over the 60-yard line. Sarah inside the 40. Sarah Siegel-Magnus with the drag. And backed out of there by Newport on the doorstep. And it'll be Manifold. Nick, he gets taken out there by Mariano, and they're going to call him for riding in from behind. And that is a riding in from behind and looked like a bump behind the saddle on that one.
Don't come over here, Robert Tito.
And that could be trouble. That's riding in from behind and an uneven ride off. And you can watch it on the tape later. Don't worry, you'll see it. Well, come on, play the game. And so they'll take this one to center on the right and in from behind. And so 11-8. And so one time he dropped the ball here. And I thought it was a good call.
Yep.
Remember, you're not allowed to ride in from behind.
No, you're not.
I mean, that's the
safety.
the rule.
Safety again is the safety.
Hey, when you're down by 3, you have frustration. I hate to say it, but don't show your colors. That's all it is, and uneven. I mean, you watch Nick's pony, but you can see it from here, the butt go outside. So, just bury yourself and go on. It's just a 5 from the center. Now the problem is you lose your cool, and then they pull a T on you, and then it goes to a goal shot penalty. That's not the way you handle yourself in pressure situations.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Especially when you're down
you
by 3.
You got to call a spade on Chucker TV.
No, I agree with you, Dale, especially when you're down by 3 goals. And I think that penalty 5 has now, as you rightly said, or as you predicted, has now been increased to a penalty 4. So,
and I hate to say, but actually that it is, because Robert did right over here was yelling at the third man over our shoulder, and that's a technical also. So he got away kind of with that because they were dealing with the play on the field. Yeah. So you got to be careful. I'm just saying, to be careful. A lot of polo to be played here. I mean, it's 2:24 on the clock, 8 to 11. You know what I mean? So just
the word composure is
composure. Just relax a little.
Composure.
Yeah, I mean a lot of polo to be played, and a very good team Dundas. They're very strong. Robert's so strong in the second, in the fifth, and sixth chucker. I talked about it. Horses are amazing. Everybody, Juan Cruz and Zeta. Maybe like I said, they haven't been behind a lot though. So we'll see what happens. This is a tough team. They'll come back. All right, here we go. Penalty 4. The 5 goes to a 4 on a technical, and it'll be Dorniak.
A bit of debris is being told. Maybe something on the field. They've just called stop that play.
No, they're going to move it up again. Oh. So, again, you're getting more chatter behind the score, behind the goalpost. So, again, here you go. Now, again, you're kind of letting this go through because the 4, again, is you can block. You have players on the field. So you don't want to give the open goals. You want to try to stay away from that. However you need to do it is you say, listen, even if you're right, it's not going to change. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's where sometimes, and it can be tough. I understand. Adrenaline's going, but anytime, especially after the first one, you want to make sure that.
Absolutely. Well, let's see if Newport can capitalize on this. As you say, it's been moved down to a penalty 3. Play's about to be called. Takes a strike, and it's straight through the post. No mistake. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that'll be goal number 9.
All right, so still tons of time, 2:17 on the clock. And like I said, whole 6 chucker coming. So watch this Dundas team, they will come back and score goals. Now, everybody on the team scores goals, so they can score a lot of goals quickly. So they'll regroup here and get it going. As I said, it's a 4-goal difference. Back to the center they go. Dundas has got the wind at their back now, so this will help. And it's going to go through. And it's going to be Juan Cruz. Yeah, Marcos, Juan Cruz, Marcos, man, again, so good with the polo ball. Look at this, off to the races. Nick Manifold's going to get the inside leg on him, and well thought right there. They come together right there, and that's going to be an easy call for anybody.
Well, I think the word that we spoke about earlier, composure, Newport very much still keeping composure, keeping focused. Dundas having a bit of a bad spell now here in the penultimate 5th chucker. We have a quick courtesy change. Maybe a little bit of regrouping is what's needed. But this is far from over, Dale. Anything can still happen. A game of polo. So 1:31. Play's going to resume when they come back out after that quick courtesy change. With a hit from the centre in favour of White, Newport, who are staying very calm, playing their game, keeping their head down, being focused. I want to get this over the finish line.
And I like this, yeah. So right now, with this penalty, the Dundas team got to take advantage of this, and Zeta's going to jump on fresh legs. Juan Cruz went for some fresh legs, and Mariano went for fresh legs, so that's great because they can win this 5 here, and then have the opportunity to score even a couple goals in the 5th chucker, still the 6th chucker. But I like that right now they gather themselves up, and thought this out very quickly, jumped on some fresh ponies, and now they'll regroup here and go on defense.
Well, and of course, and Newport very much looking for their second win in the 2021 Sieber Memorial. Here we go then.
Outlet pass picked up by Milo Dorniak, and Juan Cruz going to jump on him so quickly, taken out of the air by Zeta. Robert Tito, he'll jump in there. They leave it. Now Juan Cruz, Robert going forward here. He had Robert off to the races. And now picked up by Mariano. Mariano's going to get there. That's going to keep a couple players out. Facena, and here comes Dundas. 1:05 on the clock. Robert Tito Zeta down the center, goes off to the left side. Milo Dorniak, he'll leave it for Michelle. Oh, nice little steal. Oh, and it's going to be Juan Cruz. Broken up there by Mariano Faceta. Loose ball play. Hook in there by Mariano. Look at Faceta turn the corner here, full speed. Well done, Mariano. So they have Sarah and Juan Cruz going forward. Now Mariano again. Left there for Juan Cruz. Juan Cruz once, twice. Cruz backed out of there by Dorniak, and it'll be moved along by Manifold. Zeta's going to get there. Robert Tito checks his shoulder. Now Robert will turn it to the outside. Back to the inside. They need to give him a play here. And Robert on fresh legs. Robert has the power here. Zeta off to the right side. Just a miss hit. Bad luck. As that ball will go outside, and Michelle's going to gather a few more yards to end this fifth chucker. Sarah Siegel Magnus goes back, backs it up. Leaves it in there, 5 seconds, taken forward by Juan Cruz. He'll hammer the back shot, looking for Mariano, and that'll end the fifth chucker right here, about 20 yards off the center. So 12-8. I was talking to John Sieber, Yan, at halftime. I was with Melissa Ganzi, Mark Ganzi, Juan Bellini, down by 6 goals, 6 minutes left in the chucker. Tied the game, won in overtime. This game is not out of time. This is going to be a fun 6-chucker. Let's see what the Dundas team can do. So stay with us. You don't want to miss this 6th and final chucker, the 2021 Sieber Memorial. All right, welcome back. Fifth chucker was Newport, but the Dundas team here, this team is going to come super mounted. They're going to come early, so well mounted, Yan, that if they play the game they've been playing, they'll put the pressure back on. And then the second half of the sixth chucker, I know they're going to come out even to a higher level super mounted. So opportunity here.
Indeed.
For Dundas.
Well, absolutely. And after that fifth slightly controversial chucker, we had a few little, shall we say, a little bit heated under the collar here. It's going to be interesting exactly how they play now, but they've got to do it all in this, the sixth and final chucker. Remember, Dundas having already won their first game, beating Santa Rita 9-8. Newport also beating Santa Rita 13-8. Dundas then also winning their match against Barbarossa Leather. So Newport very much looking for their second victory. And Dundas possibly for their third. Play is going to resume, of course, where play ceased at the end of that fifth chucker. Best of luck to the one lady, Sarah Siegel-Magnus, and of course the gentleman out on the field. So, ball's back in play, and it's Newport who get the better of that initial throw-in. Little turnaround there Dorignac, Michel Dorignac, so far with 9 goals to his name. Looking for possibly goal number 10. Surrounded there by black shirts. There's the power shot up to the front door. Who's waiting? Well, there's also a defending player. Oh, a little deflection then. A chance possibly now here for Manifold. Manifold and... And Manifold makes no mistake, given that opportunity. It was a bit of an unfortunate clearance there from Dundas, but Manifold finds himself in the right place at the right time. So, Newport, Dale, getting off to the better start in this 6th and final chapter.
Yeah, that's all right. Now Dundas, they want to win the bowl in here, get the offensive attack. Still at time. Goal a minute, no problem. 6:36 on the clock. So every possession is big here on the bowling. And there you go.
Ball's back in play. Dundas this time looks like they've won the throw-in. Goldstein there sticking to his opponent there, man with the number 2, Juan Cruz Marcos. He's done enough initially. Another whistle stops play.
And a whistle on the play here. Now, remember, you have players downfield also. You have Sarah Siegel-Magnus downfield and Juan Cruz on that play. They call the right-of-way violation with a blocking call. So do the math. Here we go. 6:16 on the clock. Opportunity at a goal shot penalty. First goal within a minute from the bowling.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And you can see
It's going to be an open goal.
Yeah, umpires just comparing notes. And as you say, open goal. So a chance here now. And this hopefully will sort of break the knot or break the spell, because I think Dundas have been under a bit of a dark cloud the last sort of chucker and a half. So a penalty 3, open goal. And Dundas all to do now. And it's going to be teed up there by the man with the number 3, Mariano Facetta. Is he also going to be the one to take it? I'm pretty sure he is. Oh no, it's going to be left for Sarah Siegel-Magnus. So Sarah now gets into a nice runway, opens her shoulders, takes a swing, and that looks... I'm going to look straight from where I was standing, just a little bit short.
So they had a penalty 3 there.
Yeah.
Sarah gets contact on the ball, but off to the right side.
Ever so slightly, though. Ever so slightly.
Yeah, just off right there. Good swing. She gets good contact, but this is control. And this is where the clock goes tick, tick, tick. And so you want to have control of the ball. It's going to be picked up here by Dorignac.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see, Dale, how Newport are going to play this. Are they going to just run the ball, keep the ball? They've got to be careful here. Dundas with another chance here. Player with the number 3, Facetta. Facetta, he's got his number 2, Marcos Juan Cruz right behind him. It's cleared. It comes off a deflection of a player, but the danger isn't over. And in out of nowhere, Robertito Zeda gets his 3rd of the game, and a very important goal indeed.
Very, very important goal. Great read there by Zeta. The ball bounces off the pony. Robert, even though he was 90 there, he was so fast, so quick, you can't call a foul. He was in and out of the door before it even closed. He was perfectly timed there. They'll click to 5 minutes here, so they're on track, still on track to keep it rolling here with the 4 goals down.
Well, that's the... I suppose the only light at the end of the tunnel. They still have that cushion, and Newport have won that throw-in again. And they're off and up and away. Number 4 this time. Manifold, Nick Manifold, runs into a bit of traffic. But he gets the ball deep into the half of Dundas. And that, of course, costs valuable time. And I think they're going to be playing a little bit the time game, Dale, because they know what Dundas are all about and what they've got up their sleeve, especially in this 6th and final chukker.
All right, so control play here. And that's going to go in favor of the black jerseys for Dundas. So, Yan, right now, they want an offensive attack. And if they get the offensive attack, they're going to be right in time, believe it or not, with the 4:36 on the clock. Just got to keep the positive energy, positive thought here.
Well, after what you were saying, Dale, it's no surprise that, of course, now in this 6th chukker, we're seeing a lot more whistles being blown, a lot more challenges here from the players.
Well, a bit choppier, Polo. It was very, very open 12 goal early on. And it does happen when you get on a defensive battle. We see that. It's just part of the game. And sometimes when it does get choppy, that's when you do have the blocking and the delay of game. But here you go. Here it goes with Dundas to see if they can have a positive possession.
Well, what's important now, of course, is the The pass ratio completion needs to be very high. But again, Newport, Gene Goldstein here. And this again costing valuable time. Still Goldstein taking the scenic tour. Nicely played here by Goldstein. Gene Goldstein, a little under the next shot. He gets a hook. Dundas, but the danger isn't over. And just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, Newport get another one.
Yeah, bad luck there. Zeta, he hits the first ball across the Juan Cruz Marcos, and you don't see that often with him on 3 goals. But the bouncing ball, he skips over his mallet, and that gave Gene the opportunity to make the run. So bad luck there for Dundas just on the pass. And they had to set up. But a great play by number 1, a Goldstein.
Yep.
Just keeping it down there. They have to hook Gene when he gets in front. They have to commit to him, and then Dorniak finishes it.
And also goal number 10 for Michel Dorniak, unless my figures are mistaken. But I've got him down as 10 goals. He scored 3 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. Again, 2 in the 3rd and 1 each in the 1st and the 2nd, and now 1 in the final chukker. He's off to go and get a fresh pony. Well, Dale, the strategy of Newport seems to be working. They knew they were up against a very powerful, guns-blazing Dundas in the 6th chukker. Can they keep this up until the end?
Yeah, both teams, like you said, they were on track, being down by a number of goals to keep it going here, and still actually win the ball here. Dolfo Cambiaso, 4 goals in 2 minutes,
Yep.
And he did it. I was there. I watched him do it. Now, he did get 2 penalties on that play. Possessions are big, though, to win the bowl-ins and get the plays. Like I said, this is a bit bad luck on the last possession. And also being at a 5A down on the Newport side of the field, offensive side of the field. And so they'll come back to center. Here's we had a timeout for a 4-legged athlete. So Dundas being very cordial there. They got that all organized. And here we go, 3:44 on the clock. Dundas needs a possession here.
Ball's back in play. Newport getting the better of that. That ball's going to just, I think, stay in play. They're going to come down. Who's going to be first on that ball? It'll be the number 2 player there, Juan Cruz Marcos. Just fishing the ball off away from the sideboards. He's got a bit of space. And tucking in behind him now is Zeta. He gives it to Zeta. Little mistake there. That could cost him dearly. Goldstein tried to take a swing and get it further down the field. There's an appeal there coming from the number 3 from Michel Dorniak, but to deaf ears. Umpire's not having any of it, saying play on. Dundas now with Juan Cruz Marcos with a clear run to goal, and he will make no mistake. Another very important goal. Juan Cruz Marcos, his 2nd of this game, but we're down to 3 minutes, Dale.
Yes, sir. So that's going to give a little bit of breath, fresh air there for the Dundas team. Now they do have a timeout for a 4-legged athlete, so that'll be an all change with 2:45 on the clock. And 4-goal difference here. So it looks like a few players are going to stay on top, and then half the players are going to change up. Michelle says, I'm going to go ahead and change, so we're going to keep, I think, Kaku changed after he scored the goal onto the gray pony, Mariano on the chestnut. Sarah Siegel-Magn is going to stay on her bay pony. And Michel Dorniak, he actually changed. He had attack time and changed onto the chestnut, so he'll stay on that one. And all 3, as Goldstein, Manifold, and Milo Dorniak, MD, will change their ponies and come out. So here you go, 2:45 on the clock. Everybody on a 4-legged athlete they choose. And again, Dundas looking for the possession here. Still have time. They need to get a possession, get a quick goal or a foul, something to keep it rolling. When we did the 6 goals back in the day, we got 2 fouls that were involved in those 6 goals in 6 minutes. So you got to stop manage the clock. You know?
Absolutely.
It manages the clock.
Absolutely. But you know what, Dale? I mean, I am, as you know, the born optimist. But I think the way Newport have been playing, and they've been sort of getting stronger and stronger throughout this game. And I think that little discrepancy, shall we say, in that 5th chukker has sort of taken the rhythm a little bit out of Dundas, because Newport, as you can see again, have
it was
possession.
very tight up to that point, Jan. So you get a lead, and we talked about the lead here, as they had 3 goals on them before, but the Dundas team always answered back, and so they just have picked up here, and that's just a brilliant goal by Dorniak. I mean, you can't defend that. That was just awesome.
So Milo Dorignac getting his goal number 4, restoring that 5-goal cushion.
Now Michelle getting 11 now, I believe. That
Oh,
was
Michelle, beg your
Yep.
pardon.
Very hard to tell them apart. Now, they are father son. You know how I tell them apart, Ian? Is Milo's got that beautiful mane like you.
Thank you.
You know that?
You
The
like,
pelon.
So you like my hair extensions? Is that what you're saying?
I love your hair, especially a bald guy. You know that? All right, back in center, 145, and Dundas still looking for possession. Kaku.
Number 2, Dundas. Juan Cruz looking for a gap. He sends his number 3 up the field. Faceta. Ball doesn't get to him. And Newport shutting down early. They know what they have to do. This is all costing valuable time. We're under a minute and a half. Little hook attempt there leads far out of the saddle. It does Milo Dorignac. Eventually, the dividends are paid out. In comes Sarah Siegel-Magnus, tries to send one back into the danger zone, and a little backhander there, running it into the right and into the way there of the man with the number 3. 11 goals to his name, Michel Dorignac. Nicely played there from Gene Goldstein. He saw that his number 3 had already turned facing the right way. Dorignac gets a challenge. Now then, right under the watchful eye there of Mr. Mark Holmes, the umpire. And yep, he's making no mistake on that one. And that looks to me like it's going to be moved up to a penalty 4 position here, Dale. So
you're blocking right from the start. You're over the top of the ball. You're blocking. You're told to clear. You don't clear. You could blow it right there. They actually gave him an opportunity to get out of the way. Then he moves out of the way just a little bit. When it was right to a bump, that's another foul. So 2 or 3 fouls in a row. They're going to move it down to a penalty 4. Good call.
No choice really for the umpire. He had to play that call. And I mean, let's look at the clock. Down to 54 seconds. 5 goals in 54 seconds, Dale. Is that doable?
Well, you know, they like I said, there are little opportunities. Even though when they went into 6 chucker, they had the opportunity there. Like I said early on, when they were down, where you got to go a goal a minute. It works out that way because it takes 28 to, I believe, Steve Lane, 28 seconds to get back, right? Yep. About 28 seconds to get back from the goal scored to the bowling, and in between there. So you know a couple possessions, you know, just bad luck. Kaku was off to the races, and that's when Gene took it around. And that kind of took the wind out of the sails. And then they won a couple other bowlings get it going that way. They had the opportunity. Sarah had the opportunity on the open goal. So they had a couple opportunities there, even though they were down going into the 6 chucker.
So here we go then. 54 seconds. 10 goals to 15. Play is called. And again, this man looking for possibly goal number 12. Michel Dorignac. You don't see 12 goals being scored in a game that often. It's low, but that doesn't mean it's not dangerous. These what you call them worm burners, we call them daisy cutters, but Dundas will pick this one up and run with it. But they are now running against the clock. That's a nice pass up to Sarah Siegel-Magnus. She couldn't quite get on it. Another near side backhander sends it back down the where it came from. It's going to be picked up by the number 4, Zeda. Zeda, I'm sure you'll have a little glance at the scoreboard. Half a minute left to play. You've heard the first horn, and Newport once again. Are they going to put the finishing touch to what for them has been a very successful morning at the office? Marcos. Magnus at the front. There's the pass. Well, it would be nice if Sarah would put the finishing touches. She's got 10 seconds. She's out in front. She's out on her own. A little bit out to the left. She can steer it, correct it. There's the shot. And a cut shot from the number 4, from Robertito Zera. And that, Dale, is all she wrote. So 11 goals to 15, the final score of this match of the Sieber Memorial 2021. Dale.
And to finish, I just want to mention that last play there, because you don't see it happen a lot. We talk a lot about it. Steve and I talk a lot about it. And he always breaks it down to the umpires. That play where Kaku rode off Dorignac to turn this play around on the great pony, perfectly executed. If you want to go back and watch it, that's the way you execute the play. Come riding in from the side, making contact on a player, and then taking the ball.
Yep.
So well done there. And then you take it down there. 15 goals scored. We talk about it. 13 goals, your offensive attack's working. 15 goals. So even though they had the 4th chucker that wasn't that great for the 5th chucker for the Dundas team, still 11 goals. And this team's very, very strong. They will regroup and come back. So
Indeed. So thank you very much.
Yep.
Hope you've enjoyed the coverage. I certainly have. Oh, yeah. I certainly have enjoyed my first day back here.
And so they're going to bring it down. I want to thank John Sieber for joining us once again here for the Sieber Memorial. And John says he'll be back. John, thank you, sir, Mr. Sieber. And I want to thank Jan Erik Frank for being back. Jan, how do you feel about being back? First time back on the mic with Chucker TV.
Well, first of all, I'm delighted, Dale. Great to see you. Great to see the whole team. I am, of course, a little bit excited because that's the adrenaline, like myself, and I've seen such great polo. So thank you very much. Hope you've enjoyed it. And as always, Dale, it is a pleasure working alongside the one and only.
There you go. For Jan Erik Frank, I'm Dale Schwetz. I speak for the whole Chucker TV family when I say thank you for making us the leaders in polo broadcasting. And remember, here at Chucker TV, we love the polo.